Hello, Jim Tech Bulls. The new phone in this time is from Tescomobile, which have sent this over to us to check out. The Xiaomi Redmi 10, locked to the network, as you would find typically. So let's have a look at Tescomobile's options here. Over 400,000 customers, 99% coverage in 4G. International calls from 1 cent per minute. Great value phones and plans, powered by 3 and collect Tesco Club Power Points. 6.49 inch display, 58 and 2 megapixel cameras on the back, 8 on the front. 128 gigs memory, expanded up to 512 and 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and that's pretty much it on the box. Here is what it'll look like when you get it, and let's have a look. Note, no problems with Google here. Okay, so we have got in here our SIM removal key. We have also got our clear case, which is pretty good. So out of the box, you're ready to go and be protected. It's a soft TPU, as you would gather. We have our Tescomobile get started pack there, and the usual booklets and all that kind of stuff that people never read but do hang on to them. So we're going to be using the phone, so we're going to just pack all this back up and we'll put the case on. So there is the phone itself. Just going to pull off the information on the back. So it looks nice there, forced out of the box, nice colour. And I'm just going to pop that aside a second. Pop this note onto that. See what else we get inside the box. So we will get our charger here, which is also good to see. Again, others should be taking note of that. And our USB-C cable here. And that's that there. Nothing else, no adapters or anything in there, not that we need them. But that's basically it there, so it's going to pop all that to one side, as we will be moving on to this phone to check it out some more. Okay, so let's have a look at the phone. So up top we can see this camera array here, which is pretty nice, and it does collect dust, as you can see. So we've got a 50 megapixel main camera up on top, our flash here, and then our other cameras there with AI cam photography system. You've got your mic up here, headphone jack, that's another win for a lot of people. And USB-C in the port, another speaker down here, another mic. You've got a fingerprint sensor in on the side, and your keys here for volume control and so on. And there is the SIM card tray. So that's pretty much what it looks like there out of the box. Just going to try and rub it down there. And there we go. So what we're going to do is pop on the case, and you can see there's also a screen protector on it there as well. So you're good to go out of the box, which is pretty good. Unlike most manufacturers today, won't bother giving you a case or screen protector, and that's even the ones that you'll pay over €1,000 for a phone, which is a bit bad form, but however, I'm actually going to put that in this end because it doesn't seem to want to go in that way. And we will just put it back there and get it on like so. So that's what it looks like with the case on. You can see there's a lip on the front, so that will protect the device face down. And also there's a lip on the camera, which will protect that from getting scratched. You can still access your cutout there with your fingerprint sensor. And you've got a little protection here on the USB port, which is quite nice to see. And that's it there. Your mics are all clear, speakers are clear, and the case does a good job out of the box, which is a good start to get going. So what we're going to do is see if there's any power. Start her up, then we'll get a look at the UI inside and all that kind of stuff, and what features are on it as well. So we'll let us start up here first, just to get a quick idea, and then we'll put some information in. And yes, of course, being Xiaomi, it'll have MIUI inside, which is fine. And that's pretty much it. So you can see there is a bit of a bezel on the bottom there, and not so big on top. So it's a big chin, but the case does cover kind of a bit of that. But on the sides, you can see up on top is not so big, but down on the bottom is a little bit noticeable, but it's not a big deal. So we're going to get it set up, put our information in, and be back after the break. Okay, so we've put our information into the phone. We're going to take a look at the UI now and what's in it. I'm just going to have a look at that screen brightness there. And that's a little bit better. So you've got your setup here. You have your app tray, or you can have the old-fashioned way as well. You can see here up on top, you have communication, entertainment, photography, tools, news, reading, and games. And you can edit, and you have another menu here. You have your app suggestions, your scroll bar, manage app categories, and place new apps on the home screen. So you can change all these in here, which is good. And a lot of people like to be able to do that. So that's that. Okay, and you can also search for your app. So your pull down menu, you've got your typical settings there. You've got your Wi-Fi, mobile data, Bluetooth, flashlight on and off. You can change these around, and you can just go into your settings from there as well. But from there, you can edit these. So you can switch these around, delete or add, whichever suits yourself. You've got available toggles there. You've also got a focus mode, bedtime mode, and Me Remote. So everything is in there if you need to have those features. So swiping up will bring you this. Swiping to the left will give you Google News and the rest of your apps. So that's us, and we're also on Google News, so do check us out there as well. And if you swipe over here, you've got other options. So we're going to see what apps are built in here. So we've got a lot of games, which we're going to look at there. So you've got Block Puzzle, Dust Settle, PUBG, Tile Fun, State of Survival, Bubble Shooter, and Dual Blast. So you've got your other apps here. You've got Facebook, Booking.com, TikTok, and Agoda. In your tools, you've got your calculator, radio, clock, recorder, scanner, downloads, Me Remote, services, feedback, and share me. So just to keep an eye on what you've got. You've also got Me Video, you've got your weather, browser, assistant, notes, and Me Community, and Netflix. So that's what's in this side, that side there. But if you swipe up, you'll get everything here in the one go. And you can see what's there. You've got a file manager, you've got your drive, your gallery, your music, your news, your Play Store, all them little bits and pieces there. YouTube Music, YouTube, Teams, all that kind of stuff, and weather. And settings. So we're going to have a look at the settings next. So in the settings, we've got this here about phones. So we need to do a small update there. You've got your security status. You have got fingerprint sensor built in, which is grand. Your SIM cards and networks, your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth connection and sharing, your lock screen, and your display. So you've got light mode and dark mode. You can schedule brightness levels. And you've got reading mode as well, your color scheme. So vivid, recommended, saturated, and standards, and you can change the color temperature there if you want. You've got warm, cool, custom, like so. And you've got your refresh rate. So this has a 90 Hz refresh rate. So you have 90 or 60, whichever you choose to use. And you've got your system here, your text size. So you can change the text by using this slider here to wherever suits yourself. And your system and devices in VR, reduce blur, reduce flicker, auto rotate screen. So we know what that means. And you've got control and center status bar and lock screen. Okie dokie, battery and performance. So we've got battery saver, ultra battery saver, and one battery issue, and that's that there. Clear after drain battery, turn on dark mode, clear after 10 minutes, turn haptic feedback off, and do not wait for notifications. So that's pretty much it there in the battery saver. So you've also got your additional settings. Date and time, language, region, gesture shortcuts. So in here is where you have your gestures, double tapped, fingerprint sensor, turn on torch, double press the power, launch the camera, take a screenshot, and launch Google Assistant. So if you're a fan of using those, they are built in. You've got accessibility and one-handed mode screen recorder. So a screen recorder is something people like to have, and you've got 2400 by 1080, 16 megabits quality, system sounds, fixed rate. And so with these screen recorders, you can have the sound on or off. By the way, a lot of people didn't know that. So you got your touch gestures and visualize navigation buttons. Accessibility, shortcut for lock screen, accessibility menu, and downloaded apps. So that's that in there. Memory extension, you can up to 2512, and enterprise mode. So that's something you will have to look at there. We'll check that out as we go on. So enterprise mode, download videos and photos from social media, skip, and yeah, that's what's in there. And you've got backup and restore, sound effects, full screen display, and we have got factory reset. So sound effects, you've got adjust sound to earphones, equalizer, headphones, remote buttons, and assign buttons. So there's no headphones in, so we can't test that at the moment. It won't come with the box. You'll have to use your own with a wired set, or it may work with Bluetooth. So of course it'll work with Bluetooth, but you can use a headphone jack. As mentioned, there's one there. And as I said, that will be a welcome addition for a lot of people. Your digital well-being is in here. So we know how that works. And your parental controls. So you can set up your parental controls in there. And you've got special features. Game turbo, video toolbox, floating windows, and night mode. So floating windows are, as what you can see there, which has been out a while. So if you haven't seen them, that's what they look like. So you got moving, opening, viewing, floating windows in full screen mode, minimize in floating windows, and minimize in app. And we have got game turbo. So some features aren't available. Allow security to connect the network to use all features of game turbo. Okay. Light mode. Bigger icons, large text, less visual clutter. Again, you can decide all that for yourself on what you want on your home screen. I tend to put everything into folders. But a lot of people do say it's very cluttered looking as well. But for what I do, I have clusters of apps there, like so, on my other smartphone. Or one of them, should I say. Your Me account, Google account, systems and sync, location, service and feedback. Additional settings, yes, we checked that out in there. So that's pretty much what the UI looks like and all that kind of good stuff there. So what we're going to do now is go back to the home screen and check out the camera. Right, so you've got looking for your location already. Up top, your flash, HDR, AI, and all that stuff is in there. Google Lens. So in here is where everyone does like to know what it's all about. But looking here at that, it's looking fairly good. We'll take a photograph of that now in 1 sec. We'll take a portrait. It's looking fairly good from here, but we'll just have a look first. Look at the modes. So you've got Pro mode, and here's where you can do all your white balance and all that stuff, ISO, and that kind of stuff there. If you're into all that, a lot of people just tend to point at you, but they have these settings with Pro options now. You've got your video, your photo, portrait, and more. So in more, we've got night, your 50 megapixel camera, short video, panorama, slow motion, time lapse, and edit. So in there is what comes up under the edit features. So we'll go back out of there, back into the camera here, and just go back to standard photo. In here we have got your aspect ratio, 3.4, 916 full, time for your shutter or your camera, so you can set that to take a photograph if you have a stand or tripod. Movie frame, show grid lines. You've got macro as well, so just have a quick gander at that. Macro is pretty cool. Back into photo. So it's on macro mode there, so that will allow you to get up close. And you can see there. And that's pretty much it there. So if you go back here, this is the other settings. You got tilt shift as well, movie frame, and you've got other settings. So in here you've got your watermark, which you can put on, your smart suggestions, notify by orientation, correct distortion, ultra wide shots, picture quality, standard high and low, volume buttons for short countdown, focus and shoot, press and hold shutter to record video, customize. So in there you got your feature layout, camera modes, colors and sound, and previous mode, anti-banding. So you've got 50 Hz there, 60 auto and off. And that's pretty much it in that there. Okay, in video, we have got 720 and 1080p at 30 frames per second. And in your settings there, you have got your video encoder H.264, which you should use. You've got the same again there with the rest of the buttons. You've got pocket mode, shutter sound, and anti-banding again. So you've got the same settings repeating themselves there. For your shutter, you've got zoom and volume for the volume buttons function, and allow for tagging videos and shoot with screen off. And that's pretty much it there. So in here you've got 2x and you've got 6x, which is wide. So in your photograph as well, that's on macro. So we want to turn that off macro, and we go into settings. I'm going to put a watermark. I'm going to put all the stuff in we normally do. And you've got portrait. We check that photo. And you've got your flash on and off. And that's pretty much it in there. So then you've got your 50 megapixel setting here. And this will give you great photographs. And in here you can see your settings and your grid lines. Same timer up on top again. And in here, it's the same again, just so you can see what's involved. And we'll quickly take a photograph there. And we'll go back and have a look at them now in a minute. So your HDR as well, you've got HDR, high definition ratio, which is cool. And that will again give you a different finish to your photograph. Of course, you got your AI, so if I go and do that, it will tell you it's a plant, as you can see on top. And you've got your filters here. And you have got your Google Lens, which is pretty cool. I use Google Lens all the time. And we'll just allow that. We point to the tree. And it'll tell us what that is. So that's basically how Google Lens work. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go into the gallery, which will just show us what we've got. So you can spread your fingers apart or move them to adjust the size. And that was our first photograph there. So if you zoom in, you can see that it's a pretty decent camera out of the box, which is pretty nice. And again there, it's portrait. Your macro, again you can see that's pretty good. And finally, you've got your beautify option there as well, which I'm not a fan of. That's the 50 megapixel, and you can see the difference there in that. You can even see the little hairs on the fake plant we have there, which is pretty cool. So it looks like a decent camera, which is nice to hear. So what we'll do is we'll check the speakers finally, and that will be it. And we'll take her off and test it some more. And we'll get something recently I unboxed or did, so it doesn't give us any copyright strikes. Right. We can apply the lights here. You can check. Let's go back to the start of that. Hello, this is Tesco's. We're taking out the HHOG pods. This is what they look like in the dark. And they do change colour. So you can hear the speaker there. Their way of acting. And that's what they look like there. So let's talk some more. So that pretty much sums up a quick first look at the Xiaomi Redmi 10 from Tescomobile. So if you're a Tescomobile customer and are looking for a new phone, this is one that they have on offer now, and you can check it out. It really is looking like a nice smartphone to use. You get your case, it's a nice build quality as well, and you've just seen all the features that are there. Here's all your Google stuff here for those who are the Google fans, which I am considered one. So you've got your news, your podcast, your music, your Gmail, your maps, Google TV, Meet, contacts, calendar, and Google One. And of course, you've got your wallet there as well. And that basically gives us a quick tour. So you want to close everything there, you can just press X. You've got your cleaner, you've got your security scan, your deep clean, and manage your apps in there. And you can close them all in one go like that, which is pretty handy to have. And that's pretty much it for now. So if you have any questions while we test it out further, do drop a comment below, and we'll leave a link below where you can pick it up on Tescomobile. And that's it. And thanks to Tescomobile for sending this over for us to check out. That's just a quick first look to give you an idea of what to expect if you're looking at a new phone, or if you've not even tried Xiaomi before. They're the popular brands now, and on Tescomobile too. So that's it for now. We'll talk to you in the next video, and thanks for watching.